everyone, my name is Ellen and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Golden off of the K-pop Demon Hunters movie on the guitar. Today I am featuring my Enya Nova Go SP1 guitar, so if you like what you see, I will link more information about it down below. Here's a quick overview of everything I'll be covering in this tutorial today, and with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so you only need to know 7 different chord shapes to play through this song, and we're going to start with our C major, which looks like this and sounds like this. And by the way, if you don't know how to read these chord charts you're seeing on screen, I do cover how to do that in my free beginner series right here on YouTube, so make sure to check that out right here. The next chord shape is our G major. We also have our D major. Next is our E minor. We also have our D over F sharp. Then there's our B7. And then last is our C major 7. And those are the 7 chords you need to know to play through this song. So go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really memorize these chord shapes, as well as practice transitioning back and forth between them, because it'll make learning the rest of the song so much easier for you. And if this is a skill you're currently struggling with, transitioning between chords fast enough, I do have an entire Practice With Me chord transitions playlist right here on YouTube, so I'll link that in the corner for those of you who need it, where we build this skill up in real time together. But once you have these chords under your belt, then we can go ahead and talk about the strumming that I would recommend for this song. Alright, so as I always say, if you are brand new to playing guitar, or you're somebody who struggles with playing guitar and singing at the same time, the first thing I would suggest doing is to bring up the song and go ahead and go through the entire thing with just a single down strum on each chord change as you sing through the song. And you want to take this time to really get used to what word or what syllable you're on whenever those chords are changing. So here's a quick example of what that would look like. We're going up, 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 it's our moment. You know, together we're glowing. We're gonna be golden. Alright, so that's just a really quick example, but you would essentially want to do that for the entire song and just really make sure you know where those chords are going to be changing. And this is actually something to do right now if you check out my Patreon page. I do have this entire guide available to download and print out, so I'll make sure to link that in the description box if you're interested. But once you have this down, then we can go ahead and add to this to create more of a full strumming pattern that you can use for this song. Alright guys, so for strumming today, I decided to break this into 2 sections. So I'm starting with the easier and more main pattern first. As you can see, we are going to be counting this in a triplet rhythm. So basically what that means is we're going to have 3 sub beats within each beat. So basically we're going to count it like this. We have 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, up. Alright, so basically on the surface it really just looks like down and up, back and forth, but it's important that you have that triplet rhythm to give it more of that bouncy feel to mimic the original song, okay? So basically with this pattern, what you want to do is we're going to play it through 1 time per chord. So let's go ahead and take a look at the chorus as an example. We're starting here on our C chord. You're going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Alright, 1, a 2, a 3, to your next chord D, 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and then here on G to D over F sharp, we're going to be splitting this pattern. So I'm going to put a vertical line in the middle here, and that just represents where we want to change chords. So on this next line, we're going to go G for the first half, down, up, switch straight into your D over F sharp, down, up to finish it out. And then we have our E minor, and it gets a full measure, 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, Alright, so something you might notice that I'm doing already is I'm adding some accents. So basically what an accent is it's a more emphasized strum, and you normally do it more on like down strums. When I'm doing an accented strum, I'm strumming all of the strings, and I'm strumming with a little bit extra like oomph or like energy behind it, kind of a bigger wrist motion. And then for the non-accented strums, you can kind of concentrate more just on the middle strings or the top strings. And your wrist is going to be less, have less of a motion. So I'm going to go ahead and turn some of these arrows green, and these are the ones I want you to accent or emphasize. So we have beats 2 and 4. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, All right, hopefully you can hear how those green arrows are a little bit louder. If you can add these accents into your playing, it really mimics the song and has more of a beat that way. So I would definitely recommend trying to do that if you can. So we are gonna have to speed it up to match the original tempo of the song quite a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up to full tempo and add those accents in, and you'll hear how the whole song comes together. So we've got C, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, D, G, split D to E minor. Up, 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 it's our moment. You know together we're glowing. Gonna be golden. Oh, up, up, up with our voices. We're gonna be golden. All right. So this is kind of the main strumming pattern that I would suggest using. If you want to stop right here, you could play through the whole song with just this strumming pattern. But I did want to show you some cool things that you can do to make parts of the song sound a little bit different from each other. So now I'm going to go ahead and take those 2 and 4 accented beats, and instead I'm going to add X's there. And basically this X means we're going to chuck the string. So what that is when you strum down, what you want to do is take the side of your hand that has your pick in it, and as you strum down, you want to rest the side of your palm on the strings as you strum. So it might sound muted, but if it also sounds like dead strings, like where you can't hear any chords at all, like that's totally fine too. But basically what you want to do is on the 2 and the 4, now we want to add a chuck. So we would go down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. All right. And where I like to use this is in the very first verse. So again, remember the rhythm is the same. All we're doing is adding a chuck. So on verse 1, we're starting here on our C again. We've got down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. All right, and I like to use this for the first verse. I was a ghost, I was alone. Given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I'm meant to be. All right, so that's what I would suggest doing for the first verse. As you can see, it's very similar to the main strumming pattern. All we're doing is adding some chucks instead of those accents. So take your pick, whichever one you like, or if you want to, you can use both. But this is the first section, and this is the main triplet rhythm that I wanted to show you. For the second section, this next part is going to be totally optional, but it really does dress up your cover if you're going to play this. So let's go ahead and talk about that next. All right, guys, so for this next set of strumming patterns, as you can see, we're still going to be counting a triplet rhythm because we have 3 sub-beats per beat, okay? So full pattern is going to sound like this. We have 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right, basically you're just going down and up on every sub beat, and you'll notice here what happens is on the main beat, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, we're going to be alternating between down and up strums. So what that means for accenting is now you want to accent all of the main beats. So I'm going to turn those green. So we want to accent 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Okay, so we are accenting some up strums as well. And basically this more full pattern is totally optional, but I like to kind of sneak it in throughout my cover whenever you're kind of building up the song. So for example, the end of the first verse into the first pre-chorus, but now that's how I'm getting paid. Right there, we've got our D chord on, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, to our E minor. This is an example of one of those measures where I like to just go all out and do this full strumming pattern. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. All right, let me go ahead and show you the end of that first verse. Called a problem child, cause I got too wild, but now that's how I'm getting paid. All right, so you can see there, all I'm doing is just really filling in some of that space with more strums. So if you want to do that, that's a place that I would suggest doing that. There's other places throughout the song that it sounds really good too. I have all of that listed on my guide that's on my Patreon page if you're interested, but basically totally optional. And then the next thing I wanted to show you is if you take some of these strums out, now you can see it's basically the same, but we have more pauses in the middle. So this is going to sound like this. We have 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4. Okay, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And the section that I like to play this in is in that first pre-chorus leading up to the chorus. You can really hear it in the original song. I start with a simple down strum. I'm done hiding, I'm shining like I'm born to be. And then in this next little line, this is where it builds up into that chorus. So this is where I use this strumming pattern. We're dreaming hard, we came so far now. So you can hear again, it's just one of those things that builds up into the next section. Totally optional, but that's just the way I like to play it, so I wanted to show you guys that rhythm as well. So yeah, those are all the different suggestions for variations for strumming for this song. Like I said, if you want to, you can totally just stick with that very first one that I showed you for the whole song. Other than that, a lot of it's just gonna be single down strums, like that little bridge section. I waited so long to break these walls down, to wake up and feel like me. Alright, a lot of this song is just going to be single down strums as well, so if you wanted to just stick with single down strums mixed with that very first strumming pattern, that would sound great for this song as well. But basically that is the strumming that I would suggest. Alright guys, so go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to look over all of these different strumming options. Like I said, the main one is the only one you really need to know to play through the song, and it sounds great with the rest of the song, but I will leave all the other ones up on screen as well, just so you can have options of how you want to play it. Like I said, in my cover, I like to kind of use a mix and match of all of these, which makes the guitar part just sound more interesting and closer to the original song. But anyways, once you have everything under your belt, the chords, transitions, and the strumming, we can go ahead and put all of that together to play through the song. 1, 2, ready, go. I was a ghost, I was alone. Given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I meant to be lived to. Want to have fun jamming through the rest of the song with me? Then make sure to check out my Patreon page where you can unlock access to this as well as all my other fast track and play along guitar tutorials. I'll make sure to leave a link for that in the description box down below. If you enjoyed learning this song with me, then you should definitely check out this video. Not only does it have a super similar vibe and feel, but it's just as fun and easy to play. So I'll see you over there. Bye!